Hi, welcome to part 2 of the build, the head. So this is the first step. As you can see, the pieces are, just as small as everything else. But like I said, having fun doing it. So let's first build, looks to be a face. I've already applied the eyes to, upside down, to this guy. I like the red. Reminds me of like how good guys always have like blue eyes or whatever in a lot of robot films. Okay, we got that. And then the mouth plate, even though it doesn't really have a mouth. Something that I find interesting about the Gundams are that a lot of them, if you really think about it, have like a samurai type head. Like a, samurai helmet, I mean. So this goes this way. And I think that's kind of cool. There is actually a few that are based off of like ninjas, it looks like. And I built it already, but I have an SD version of one of them. There we go. There. Then this goes here, like that. Yeah, I have the SD version of one of them. And if I get the full, unless I decide to do a here's all my Gundams thing, but at the moment, unless I get like a bigger size version of them, like a master grade, the 1/100th, or go even bigger, badder, the 1/60th perfect grade, you probably won't see them because that's kind of fun to display them together. Anyways, here is the first part of the face, and we'll get to the second after this. You go here. It's got like a punk mohawk. I love that. All right, you go here. Be prepared for this amazing next step. It's all 3 pieces. I put the sticker on the back, which it calls for me to do later, but it was easier to do it now looking at the directions. All right, so this would have to, no, not this one. This one goes on this side, it looks like. So, come here, you little thing. So it goes with 2 in the back, like this. Like this. Like this. Is what it appears to be. Right? Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then this just kind of sits in that groove there, it looks like. Okay. It's supposed to, I just want to look at something real quick, see if it's supposed to lock in somehow there. Possibly. Oh. Oh. Why is there? All right, so it's not supposed to lock in there because it needs to, like, it'll fit in there, but it needs to be able to open. I looked ahead in the directions. I was just confused because there's actually a gap there, so it looks like it should go tighter, but not supposed to. All right, so now we're going to take this piece that goes on the back of his head with the smaller side facing up, and we just sandwich that in there. There we go. And I keep knocking off his little face. Here we go. Last part for the head. Panel lined, sticker. Oh, drop it. Come here, you. And a tiny little sticker right here. All right. Now they show this 2 ways. I can either use If I can put it together even. There we go. This setup here, because it'll open and close on its own, right? So it opens and closes for transformation, or they give you, if you don't want to do it that way, one that's all closed. And so part of the transformation, since I looked in the back to figure out which one I would want to do, this has to come off either way. These are the exact same size and all that kind of stuff. It's just one is joined together and one is not. 1 second. My dog is asking for attention. All right. I'm starting this part over again. I had a couple of issues, and it was making for not a very good video, so I had to tear them down. I've glued this piece on. That was one of the issues I had. The face mask kept falling off, and well, that's just frustrating. So I glued it on. It's not supposed to come off. All right. Next step is to take the face cover, and we just clip it on this piece here and there, and swing it up. Now, the instruction booklet does have some stuff in there to kind of explain the two Unicorn Gundams. 01, which is Unicorn Gundam, and 02, which is Banshee, which is what I'm building here. And they are based off the same prototype of, of course. The difference is they were made by two different companies. This should... Really? Anyways, I'll have to look up how to transform it later. Figure it out then. But anyways, they were made by two different companies, and one of them was made to look more, mythical, like a unicorn, hence Unicorn Gundam. And the other one ended up being designed to look more beastly. So that's why it kind of has like teeth on the cover here. I didn't take this fully apart. I kept these little horns on there. But if you kind of look, this is kind of like an Oni helmet piece. So this guy's meant to look more demon-esque. All right, so now the horns themselves come in two varieties. There's this piece here, which is all together. And there's these pieces, which are, come on, you, pick up, separated, so you can open and close them. You can either use these, which, you can use to simulate the actual transformation scheme by opening them. Or you can use this one to leave it closed, and then when you go to open it, you can actually use, I'll show you the sprue. That one. So I think I'll end up using the one that opens and closes just because I enjoy the validity of it, I guess you could say. So it doesn't close all the way or anything like that. It's part of why they end up having that one, because it just looks nicer. But I like the realism, I guess you could say, of it. Anyways, we just slide it in from the side, like so. And then we can take this piece and we put it so that it faces this way. This way. And we just kind of clip it on. All right. There. See, at this point, this piece had already fallen off like twice when I was trying to put it together. I just kept putting it back on and then did the next step, and it kept falling off, and I kept putting, so I couldn't deal with it anymore. All right, so now we've done that. Oh, I also need to show. Sorry for any background noises. I'm a single dad, so I have to be able to kind of hear what's going on in the house, even if I'm trying to do my own thing. There is a red sticker behind this. And if we open it, I'll even show you. If. Come on. And this is what we have tools for. See, right there. Okay. Next, I'll set you down for a sec. Next would have been putting on these horns and then sliding this on to here. And there's these two gaps in the space. So it looks like this should just go on over those two gaps in space. Right? Like that. Could still see his red eyes there. I like that the other one had a extra eyepiece, but I can kind of understand why that's not the case here. And then we put these on. And this one goes on this side. Hey, you get back on there. Oh, come on. There. All right. And then the next and final step for the head is this piece here, which I already put the sticker on, that little blue sticker. And we just throw that on over this, which is what we use to lock this thing down, apparently. Maybe, if I have the ability. Oh, does it go on over the horn? Sorry, 1 second. I gotta look at this a little better. Okay, so make sure this is back all the way. And then... All right. As I stated, I glued down the section with the horn. It doesn't impede any of the actual functions that it's supposed to do, so it's not a big deal. I am finding I have to glue pieces on this. So one of the perks of these Gundam unit stuff is supposed to be that you don't really need glue. But as with any model, keep some on hand just in case you have moments like that or the faceplate. It helps. When I go to glue things down, I usually just use the toothpick. I might do a little tutorial on this, but I don't see a point to it. I'll probably do one later though, and add it to the other two the other tutorials that I actually have done. They're very short, very sweet, simple, on like how I do panel lining and how to remove these pieces from the sprues. And I'll be releasing those videos before I release any of the Unicorn Gundam stuff. So you guys will be seeing this after those are released. Anyways, I might also do a sticker. That actually might be good. I'll do a sticker one too. There should be stickers coming up that I can show you. So anyways, here's the finished product. I managed to get this to lock into place when this didn't, move. So here's our finished head. All right, guys. We'll be building the arms next, and I can't wait to see you. Hi. Thanks for watching Gundam Unicorn 02 Banshee build, the head. Now, I did state in an earlier video that I had planned on releasing tutorials before any of this came out. Unfortunately, those tutorials had to be scrapped and I had to redo them. The third one I planned on doing, which is stickers, will be coming out soon. And until such a time, hold your horses. Anyways, so I had promised at one point that I was going to translate the synopsis and kind of work on the grammar a little bit. So here is, I wrote it all down. Here is what the synopsis of the story so far basically says. I'm going to have to look down, so I'm sorry to ignore you guys, to read my paper because, well, that's just easier. So basically, it gives the listing of the age, which is the Universal or Cosmic Century 0096. This involves the Battle of the Earth Federation Army and Neo Zeon, at least remnants of such. And then apparently this war is breaking out over an item that can overthrow the federal government and opened either Pandora's box or some kind of box. It gave me a couple different translations for the name of the box. So it begins in space and the battle spreads out to Earth, where the Unicorn Gundam sees action. The battles are fought, but it comes to a standstill by the death of either Ronager or Roger Bay. Even though Google Translate is a pretty decent app, there are times where it's just not sure what the word is supposed to be, so I'm making my best guess on some of these. And then it says that the battle, came to a standstill at the death of this Bay character piloting another mobile suit. And that is until what is called the Black Disaster, Unicorn RX-002 Banshee, descends from upon high, spreading fire on the battlefield once more. I did look at a couple other little things that were in there about the Gundam Banshee. Let me show you the page. So the Google Translate put in some work on some of this. Basically, it gave, the kind of like the history of the Gundam Banshee unit, which is it is a sister unit to Gundam 001 Unicorn. They are based off the same design schematics. As I said in another video, Unicorn is more based off of something elegant and mythical, the Unicorn, whereas Banshee ended up being based more off of Demon or an Oni, a beast. Banshee seems to have been built somewhere in the U.S. Between Georgia and somewhere else. I can't remember. I didn't write it down. This was me reading it through Google Translate last night. So it's interesting. I might actually go on the interwebs and look up the wiki and maybe write another little summary and share that next time. But I wanted to share what I did manage to pull together. And, hopefully it kind of helps you realize what's going on. It might be that these two are enemies or they're comrades. I'm not sure, because they're built by two different corporations, where Gundam Unicorn is built by Anaheim. I believe Banshee was built by a different company. Anaheim is actually a company that you would hear about a lot throughout all the Gundam series. It seems to be a major mobile suit production company. It's either, I don't know if all the timelines are, one timeline or it's different stories. I kind of got lost after the original Gundam, and then I watched Endless Waltz era, like I said before. This is me kind of dipping my toe in what turns out to be very confusing waters. There's a lot of stuff that happened in between the time that I watched any Gundam stuff. Anyways, we need to now get to what is the important part of my video, apparently. So give me 1 second while I get my serious self together. Serious YouTuber time here. Remember, if you like this video, please click like, subscribe, share me on social media. It would be appreciated. But until such a time as we meet again, once again, thank you very much for watching my video. At the very least, I hope you enjoyed their time here, and I hope to see you again.